Hey everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back to bring you guys some weekly guidance. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, at the time of me filming this, it is currently Monday, May 24th, 2021. And I really want to dive into what this energy is going to look like this week because we have a lot of heavy stuff going on astrologically with Saturn going retrograde yesterday, the upcoming lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, as well as the upcoming shift from Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Gemini. Now, and we're in the shadow phase for that currently. And I want to look into and dive into what is it that, how are we going to be feeling these energies down here on Earth? How are us as the collective going to be feeling the energies of this week down here on Earth? Okay. So we have Pisces, Audible, Neptune, and House 9. All right, and House 9 is ruled by Sagittarius and about where it is that we are going, where it is that we are focused on going, right? Studying, learning, all right? Sagittarius rules higher learning, studying, religion, philanthropy, all right? So it's where it is that we are essentially going on our path. But I feel like within this week, we need to watch out for the fact that we are going to have within the card of Pisces and Neptune being here. One, there is this energy of one needing to stay focused, to be working on where it is that you're heading, these ninth house matters of where it is that you're going, what it is that you're studying, what it is that you are doing to expand yourself and focusing on that. That's one part of this Pisces and Neptune energy. And Neptune is in the sign of Pisces. It has been. But there's this energy of being very, very flexible and almost understanding and fluid, because there is this energy of disillusion and almost fantasy, but in a way that is confusing and conflicting. Like you may not be seeing things for what it is that they are, or there may be distractions coming in the way that is causing you to have to be flexible in your response to stay focused towards where it is that you are actually headed. All right. And I just want to get more information on this, of course. Now we have ears wide open, smoke and mirrors, time machine, and I see into me. And this is backed by seeing beyond. All right. And within this, we have to really listen and really focus. I feel like with ears wide open, it's taking the time to really focus and listen, as well as see what is truly going on and what needs to be focused on, what it is that you're engaging yourself into. Why? Because there is this smoke and mirrors effect. There is this chaos effect. And there's almost like you need to be able to see through this chaos and disassociate and disconnect from the chaos and listen to and see your path and what it is that you're supposed to be focusing on, all right? And that's part of the energy of this time machine as well, of what it is that's going to get you closer in timing, right, to what it is that you're trying to do and not getting involved or off your rocker. Like when you're going into a time machine, you have an exact reason why you're going there. You have an exact reason of why you're traveling to this time period or this time period or that time period. So you're focusing on what it is that you may want for the future, all right, and what it is that's going to get you there. But you have to disconnect from whatever is coming in as a distraction that you may have to dissociate from. I also feel like the universe is asking, how much do you want what it is that you are going towards? or what it is that you are studying for, what it is that you're trying to elevate to. How much do you want what it is that you're trying to elevate to? How much do you want that? Because nonetheless, there's going to be distractions that try to come in for you this week. And I also see, like, for some reason, the number 5 is popping out on the time machine, which is indicating change and things changing. And when things change, they can be kind of chaotic, right? All right. And we have the Fool's Embrace, Sky Dancer, and Beloved, as well as A Heart Home's Compassion. So, one, we need to have compassion for ourselves this week and compassion for others, because instead of focusing on the chaos that's around you, a lot of us would benefit from focusing on transmuting our pain, because some of the things that are being triggered at this moment is going to be coming from a place of vulnerability, I feel like, all right? And there's this energy of surrendering into what's best for your path and what's best for your elevation, and accept that and be accepting into that new life and that new way of being and new way of doing things. When we're looking at the energy of eclipses, you guys, we're looking at things that, especially when we're looking at the full moon eclipse, right? We're looking at things that just need to close out, that just need to go. And sometimes these things get triggered and we fall into them because we're not ready to say goodbye to them. Instead of saying goodbye to them and saying when they rear their ugly face, and accepting them back in. And that's showing the universe that you weren't strong enough to say goodbye to the things that literally poison you or hinder you, okay? And that's what the full moon is trying to expose. It's trying to show this to you in your face, that this is something that's toxic that needs to be released. And here it is that I'm throwing cards all over the place again. So make sure, my people that are watching this, make sure that you know when things come up, especially around the eclipse, and especially since Saturn is retrograde, make sure that the things that come up, you're not engaging in them in a way that you're triggered, vulnerable, unhealed self would respond. How would the healed version of you respond? How would the healed version of you respond? Now, 3 of Swords again. The Emperor. And this is choosing the energy of choosing to get back up on your feet and get focused and not fall victim to the things that are triggering you, causing you sadness, causing you frustration. That you're composing yourself and saying, this is not what we're doing. This is not what somebody of emperor stature falls into. Okay? He has things to focus on. He has things to do and places to go. All right? The Emperor is not getting involved. We have the Queen of Wands, which is focus, passion, fire energy, all right? With the 5 of Swords saying that we are declaring and getting what it is that we need, right? But I want you guys to be careful, again, because as much as we're declaring and getting what it is that we need, we have to watch our aggression. We have to watch how it is that we're communicating, especially when we're looking at the 5 of Swords, because the 5 of Swords wants what it wants, and it doesn't necessarily care about how somebody else feels or what it is that they have to do to get that. So although that may be very Emperor energy, that might even be some Queen of Wands reverse energy as well, we want to watch that. We want to watch the aggression and how it is that we are thinking about other people, because we may not be thinking about other people. And we have the King of Cups is here as well. And we're saying that, and this is saying to neutralize the emotions, that we're not getting too aggressive, that we're not getting too angry, that we're not getting too emotional, and we're more so focusing. And it's almost like I feel like this week we have to have the King of Swords, and I feel like it's beyond this week, you guys, especially since we are in Gemini season. I feel like it is focusing on really neutralizingly picking what it is that we are focusing on. I am so surprised that the King of Swords isn't out, because I feel like we need to have King of Swords energy. Detaching from chaos that has nothing to do with us and focusing on the work that needs to be done for us. And whether that this is, and we have the Hermit card as well, which is showing that energy of really doing self-reflection and reflecting on ourselves. And that's how we need to be working with this energy, that we're not getting in the chaos of what other people are doing. We're tending to our own backyards. We're tending to our own front yards. We're tending to our own houses. We're tending to, literally, this man is building up this structure behind him. He's literally an architect. He's built, like, not only is he drawing the blueprints, he's an architect and a contractor all in one, or a construction worker, or a carpenter. That's the word I'm looking for. A carpenter. He's an architect and a carpenter all in one. He's not only building the blueprints to this, he's building his empire himself. So he's not, and then of course the Lovers falls out. All right, what is in divine harmony with you is working towards tending your own yard and your own happiness. All right, so we're not focusing on chaos. We're focusing on ourselves, no matter how inviting chaos may be. But the only reason why we ever get invited into chaos and would rather be in chaos than going through our own mental state and our own road ahead of us is because of avoidance. And that is something that you have to clear out too. So really look at, with all of this chaos, people are projecting at this time, right? Because this week has the potential to be quite chaotic, that people are projecting. Don't be a person that's projecting, and also understand that people are projecting, that how it is that they're acting is from their own, it's from their own inability and to, one, work through what it is that they have to work through in their own life, and to move forward and be better. Okay, so they're frustrated within this and may need help themselves, because the Hierophant card is coming out here. So remember that your chaos, and I said this earlier, and it's not your chaos, but it's their chaos, does not have to become your chaos. Just because someone is acting chaotic this week or further on does not mean that you have to fall into their chaos, that you have to get into that chaos. Focus on where it is that you're going. Focus on the road that you've been tending to and that you have been going on. And again, have your eyes on the prize. Don't fall in line with the devil, all right? And that crazy, chaotic energy that's going to knock you off your square. Focus on seeing into yourself. And also, if you are triggered at this time, look at these triggers of why it is that you're triggered. Why are you triggered? Because this is something that needs to be focused on for you, that you need to focus on, that you need to release. What is that trigger and why is it there? All right, because we're not going to just sit here and focus on how other people are acting and act like sometimes we can't be part of the problem. All right, so when there is the energy of being triggered, make sure that you focus on why are you being triggered. Because necessarily, it's not going to have to do so much with the other person that is triggering you. And we might get triggered within situations like road rage, or just bumping into people at the grocery store or at the gas station because people are being rude and less than compassionate. So at this time, it may be important to be more adaptable, more coming from a place of love and compassion, all right? Because one, the divine is watching always, and two, somebody may need that compassion even though they may be acting like a jerk. And that's not an excuse for them to be acting like a jerk, but it is a reason to know that it doesn't have anything to do with you, for you to not have to retaliate in a place of anger or aggression, wasting your time and your energy and your focus on something that does not matter, and placing that on something that does matter, that will get you elevated and get you further. All right? So I hope that your guys' weeks go well, that this information serves you well. And I want to say that if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notifications so you do not miss any more messages like this. And I hope that everybody has a great day.